start something new this morning. This morning, I'm about to take a shot. I'm going to see how this works. We're using that ancient ambrosia. Right? This is that ambrosia that's been sitting around for a long time. Ancient ambrosia. Health benefits. With the blood moving. Right? With some super combat ready micro together for the microbiome for your personal life. Here we go. Got it? Ooh, strong. All right. Let me take a shot. So this is the one that I make salad dressing out of, family. And this close to vinegar. It probably would be considered a vinegar. So it's sort of like taking apple cider vinegar. We're going to take a straight shot, and then we're going to follow it up with a water song, get the blood moving, get everything, because I'm feeling good today. I have made it. Made it through another cycle, and I made it through another part of my fast. So we got people tuning in right now, so here we go. Here's to you, man. Here's to us. Oh, got me doing. Mate, shit, took me back to the 80s. Oh, shit. All right, family. Good morning. I see you out there, brother Kwame. Sorry for the lateness. We're about to go and grab our water. Y'all know the rules. Now we're back to the regular rules. Water, right? We start off with water, and then we end with a health drink. So when we start toasting our ancestors, and so this morning, I am able to drink with you. Yes, I am. Not only am I able to drink the water, I'm able to drink the health drink. I'm feeling so good, man. Because water is so unsatisfying after so good. There's only so much imagination you can put around water. You know what I'm saying? But hey, kept me alive. I made it for 3 days. They told us that you can't survive with no water, no nothing. I did 3 days. Y'all seen it right here live on the journey. All that, so we know the limits that they set for us aren't real. So let's do this. Family, I'd like to welcome you to, you ready? I'd like to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Media. Anime, pull it together. You're now rocking with the best. This is Gye-Nyame Media. Of course, you know this is Daily Toast and this Harvest Summer Production. When we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Y'all know what to do. Grab your water. Let's get it. Get your water. Check 1 2. Drink your water. Come on. Drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath. Drink. Now lift your glass and drink your water. Now lift your glass and drink your water. Now lift your glass. Drink. Hold on. Check 1 2. I had to make sure my stuff was together for the Spreaker fam. Drink, drink, drink. Drink, drink. I apologize, family. I can't get back on rhythm now. We're going to drink our water. Let's drink our water. Drink our water regardless. We're going to let the music play. Let's drink the water. Because I don't know where we are in the song. Drink, 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 drink. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Now take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Now think this, hold on. Take your breath and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. I'm wrong. I'm off. But hey, drink, drink, drink. Get your water. Drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass. Drink, drink, drink. Drink, drink, drink. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, drink, drink. Come on. Let's stay hydrated, black folks. Y'all need some water in your life. Get it. 25 seconds left. Let's see if we can do it. My stomach ain't as big as it used to be. Damn. Kind of hurts. But hey, family. Uh-oh. What's up, Miss Tiandra? Great Umoja to you. Great Umoja. How's the book coming? Is it available? Can you post up a link so we can go and give you some support from the family? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything is going good. I think you tried to call in the other day. But hey. So here we go. So yesterday we had the Per Ankh. Brother Taiwan came in. Brother Taiwan came in and he gave us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He came in and talked. So I want to go over some of the highlights because one of the brothers there took copious notes. I wanted to find a place to use that word. A parent came in one day and told me, you know, copious. He used the word copious. I'm like, yo, I'm kind of impressed. I ain't really impressed. But I'm gonna use that word. I'm gonna find a reason to use that word. Copious shit. All right. For those that missed the Per Ankh yesterday, here are the highlights of what Brother Taiwan had to say. I messed up right there. That says Jad to say, but okay. Change is progress. Change is improvement. Change is a process. Change is perpetual. What can we do? Roadway, so that it affects our kids tomorrow? What can we do right now so that it affects our kids tomorrow? There's no refund with our kids. There must be reverb. Nothing should remain unfixed. This is the standard. Our expectations. Hold ourselves accountable. So tired and so energized at once. What's the distance between where I am and where I am going? I can fleet from those before. I can glean from those before. What is it? You can get somewhere by yourself fast, but we get there better together. Study those who already done it, or study the masters. Chickens will always be chickens, but an eagle amongst chickens will walk like chickens. There's some assembly required. I know, I study, I am a servant leader. What makes you wealthy? Money or relationships? You can have relationships with the people, with money. How am I going to help somebody else? It started with a decision, followed up by action. Why if you not improving people? Why if you're not improving people? Why if you're not improving people? I follow my efforts. I believe. Don't be afraid when you disconnect. Have a positive mindset. Change and relocate, feeling based on my visions. Protect your vision with positivity, positive people. These kids are us. Change the I and the E around in weird and become wired. The last page ain't been written yet. All right, Miss Tiandra says that's from Brother Taiwan's speech yesterday. She says, going well, thanks. I did attempt to call in. I was going to listen and run, but was cutting it short. All right, here's the link. Spirit over Flesh LLC. I'm going to pin that comment up. Those that are interested in Sister Tiandra's book, make sure that you go on and check it out. Great work. Link to pre-sale can be found there. Ebook drops Juneteenth. Print should be available for pre-sale or shortly after, depending on editor. All right, cool. So we got that. See, because family, it's about us supporting each other. It's about us letting each other know that our efforts are being noticed. Sometimes all it takes is somebody to notice your efforts. You know what I'm saying? They might not even have to go on and get it. But if they notice that you're trying to do something and they're trying to help promote. See, because one of the things I think we really need to have is a class on how to use this social media. Family, because we be sharing the wrong shit. Let me speak for me. I can't speak for everybody. Sometimes I'll be sharing the wrong shit. And we need to really sit back, take time, and be careful about what we share. And be more directful in what we share. Because this social media, Brother Hatem wrote the foreword. I know Brother Hatem. He okay dude. Wrote the foreword, right? Wrote the foreword to the book, right? And it was an honor to sit down and write that foreword, right? I never wrote a foreword before. And, I hope it was forward enough, But, hey, whatever forward do, I was trying to do what a forward do. Move it forward. Hold it forward. Just forwarded it. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get down here at Gye-Nyame Journey. We do what we can, right? So family, you know what I'm saying? So just recognize, the sharing piece. So when we on social media, we got to be careful about what we share and really be more effective with what we share. Somebody said, what's the book about, Tiandra? Y'all want me to open the line up so Miss Tiandra call in and talk about the book? Because I got a little bit of time. Because y'all know I'm on my way to D.C. I'm on my way to D.C. All right? I'm going to D.C. Yep, I'm going to D.C. Yeah, I'm going to D.C. I'm going to the ancestor worshiping capital of the world. Miss Tiandra, I'm going to open up a line for you if you want to call in to tell people about the book. Because Because Miss Navita Nelson and just boss hogged the show. And Brother Kwame done backed her up. And, this ain't my show. I just work the goddamn buttons. I'm a servant of the people. That's some shit. Alright, line is open.
You are the first
I will also be
on the
in
call.
DC and
Please
ATL
hold while
very
we
soon.
wait for the others to join.
Oh, hold on. Is that Anubis? Anubis, you up on the line? Alright, Sister Tiandra, if you want to call in so you could tell us about the book, we will greatly love it. I will stall until you do, or if not. So I'm coming from... Okay, what's up, Brother Anubis? Alright, so I'm in the final week of my fast, but here we go. Until she... there she go. Alright, because I was about to read from my book, Freedom Within Limits. Alright. What's up, Sister Tiandra? How you doing this morning? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sister Tiandra, can you hear me?
I can't hear anything. I don't know if it's on mute or what.
It's on me. Hold on. Let's see. Give me a second. Check 1, check 2. Why my mic ain't working? What my daughter do? Ooh, Gina. Alright, hold on. Check 1, check 2. Hold on. Oh, well, it's plugged in. What's going on? My mic ain't working. Oh. Oh. Webcam. Yeah, that's the webcam. What's up? Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check. Man, I hope I don't have to reboot this whole damn thing to get this thing to work. Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. Let's try that. Sister Tiandra, can you hear me now? Tiandra, can you hear me now? Uh-oh. Now I can't hear you. Hold on. Microphone. Alright, let's go and change it. Default speaker. Try it now. Sister Tiandra, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, cool. See, some tough technical difficulties. We just had to work through them. That's all we had to do. Alright, now the people want to know. People want to know about your book.
Yeah, I appreciate Sister Navita and Brother Kwame for asking. That's awesome. So grateful for y'all. But real quick, it's about the fact that history and truth are perspective-based, as we all know. And when we're teaching the masses, we want you to encourage one another to take account of our own narrative. 2, when we're teaching the masses, we should diversify the message and or be transparent about the perspective that we're teaching from. I know that growing up, when I was in elementary school or whatever, I dressed up like an Indian for Christopher Columbus Day, only to grow up as an adult and realize that he wasn't about what they said he was about in our narrative. And so that's the premise. It's talking about no longer romanticizing our historical figures and realizing that the same ability that Martin and Malcolm and Nina and Maya had, that we have, because we are our ancestors and our ancestors are us. And so just edifying one another in the moment. So that's why it's called Give Flowers When They're Due.
So, now, if I'm correct, you're highlighting some young history makers now as well, right?
Yes. So there is a chapter to highlight an up-and-coming trailblazer, most of them being local to Columbus. And in that, they were all invited to identify their greatest historical figure influence. And so many of them, well, all of them, there's parallels. So the young man that identified Frederick Douglass as his greatest influence, he has his own business that is a tailoring company, and he makes his own suits and shoes and ties and all of that.
In Columbus?
And Frederick Douglass, huh?
He makes suits and ties in Columbus?
Yes.
He has a haberdashery here.
He designs them and he gets them created elsewhere. But he has his own company. It's called Bradbury & Co.
Bradbury or Gradbury?
Brad with a B.
Oh, I'm going to get it because I'm going to get the book because I would love to have some suits made by somebody here. That would be dope. Ties, man.
And within our community.
He was...
And...
Man.
He identified Frederick Douglass as his greatest influence. Well, it just so happens that Frederick Douglass is the most photographed individual of that era. And almost every time is in a suit. So it's not by chance that he connects with that individual. And so that happens a lot, the parallels between, because you realize that spirits are fluid, and the same spirit that our historical figures and our ancestors held, we hold today. And so if we continue to just celebrate these individuals on their day or read them in textbooks when we can and not realize that we have the ability to do the same thing, then we're not going to continue to progress as we need to. But if we do continue to look at one another and encourage and edify one another in ourselves, right, then we'll continue to progress and do what we need to do to prevail.
Okay. Man, go ahead. And how did you get the idea for this book? I'm giving flowers while they're still alive. How did you come up with the idea?
Sure. It was during Black History Month. I was utilizing social media to celebrate these up-and-coming trailblazers and educate myself and the community about the historical figures, little-known facts and narratives that were not necessarily taught in the traditional education system. And in doing that, I realized there was an opportunity to compile it in a book, in a publication. And so the whole thing started in February. The idea for the book that ended up being close to 200 pages didn't start until the end of February, beginning of March of this year.
So you knocked it out. You had to kind of rush. Well, I ain't gonna say rush through it, but you had to do a lot of work. But actually, you did a lot of the writing during the. So, because if I'm correct, you would do a story every day on your Instagram timeline, and then you took that story and you included it in a book. Yeah.
The story was very interactive. It was interactive trivia to where the audience could participate and actually be just more involved in learning. Because if we just passively sit and lecture and passively allow information to go in and out, as opposed to being interactive with it, it's not as beneficial. But these individuals were utilizing their reticular formation to interact with the information.
All right, so family, y'all heard. So now what we have to do, we have to go out and get the book, give them the title of the book, and as y'all can see, better yet, tell us about Spirit Over Flesh LLC real quick.
Sure, and y'all are more than welcome to go visit the website too. But Spirit Over Flesh LLC is just about healing through words, so both for individuals and corporately. Individuals are encouraged to be educated, empowered, and then energized to actually actualize their well-being. And with corporately, organizations, I write curriculum and facilitate curriculum and also do some consulting. I've done it for the prison. I've done it for the medical school connected to Cleveland Clinic, and some small businesses. So the book is just a part of what I do for businesses in conjunction with the LLC.
Okay. All right. So y'all heard it from Sister Tiandra's mouth herself. Well, I call her the what was it? The ageless one. You know what I'm saying? So we got the unsleeping one. We got the ageless one. Right? We got Yoda up on the black Yoda out there as well. But hey, family, you know, so go on and support. Y'all see it, Spirit Over Flesh. It will be available on Juneteenth, which will be within this week. Less than 7 days away. So make sure that you have your book from Spirit Over Flesh LLC. Type the title in on the timeline as well, so that people know where to find it. Is this your first book?
This is my first published book, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. It's not gonna be your
last?
last?
Family. I'm headed to work, so I love y'all, and thanks for asking.
You take it
Thanks
easy.
for giving me the opportunity to share.
Oh, no problem. So, all right, family. So now I'm gonna share a little something from one of my books, and then we're gonna get into this toast. I know y'all like, no, don't go, Tiandra, don't go. All right. Of course, this is my book of haikus. If life is a game, who's the coach that helps you win your victory? Find yourself a coach. Find someone that can help you push past some of those personal issues that are blocking you from your goals. Throughout time, we have had coaches. They have been called different things in different times, but the purpose has remained the same. They help others move towards excellence and victory. Although we have isolated coaches to just helping us, with sports, the concept can be applied to other parts of our life. In ancient times, these individuals would have been called masters and or teachers. They would take disciples or apprentices and help guide them toward mastery in their trade of choice or life. We have left this system behind and chose to go through life without help or guidance, unless it comes to sports or getting in shape physically. We have in most cases left the emotional, spiritual, and mental parts of our life off limits to outsiders. We choose to struggle through these challenges alone, when the fact is there are many guys that are waiting for our help, for our call for help. Now all that answer the call may not be the right for you, But if you take the time to search, you can find someone to help you get to where you need to go. Okay, now all that answer may not be right for you, but if you take the time to search, you can find someone to help you get to where you need to go. It's important to stress that the right coach will come into your life and help you get to where it is you need to go, but they are not responsible for getting you there. You must do the work. It's very similar to sports. The coach can prepare you for the game through guiding you in practice, but when it is game time, he must fade to the back and you must step up. You may also outgrow your coach and need to find a new one that is able to teach you or able to take you to the next level. Once again, we can use sport as a metaphor. Your Pee-wee coach may have been good for you in that league, but when you move to high school, most of the time you have to leave that coach and begin anew under the tutelage of a new coach. There's nothing wrong with growing and moving on. As a matter of fact, a good coach will help you make that decision. When we look at life as a game, although a very serious game, life versus death, it helps us bring things into perspective. Every time we involve ourselves, it requires us to prepare for the competition that we will face. As a matter of fact, games are models of life. So to be the best at the game of living, we need to find us a coach that can help us prepare on all levels. It does not matter how old we are or what level we are on. A good coach can help guide you and help you brush up on the basics and get you to practice excellence on a regular basis. A self-mastery coach will force you to ask yourself questions that you have been dodging and help you deal with those underlying issues that will hinder your growth, happiness, and success. So the challenge today is to find yourself a coach and begin to walk on the road to success, however you define it. We, the universe, declare good times and bad times. We need it in this way. Hard times are falling. Chickens have come home to roost. Time to find your tribe. Pimp game, politics. Both need quick tongue and strong hand to keep hoes in line. Those are haikus, by the way. Mind state, set up life. They produce thoughts that lead us back from whence they came. Alright, so I'm going to stop right there. And we're going to get into these libations, family. I want to say thank you to Ms. Tiandra for stopping in. I want to say thank you to Sister Navita and Brother Kwame for encouraging me to get her on. So this morning, we are going to, although you can tell I already sampled it. This right here is marvelous. I didn't think it would come out like this. This is, I'm trying to say it right, chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemum. An embryo chrysanthemum. Alright? Flowers. And the scent that they leave is incredible. And it infects this ambrosia like you would not believe. Kwame, you might want to check this out. Check out with your doctor with chrysanthemum. Because I mean, like I said, I think I'm gonna start brewing this because it's not overly active. It got 50% chrysanthemum tea and that ambrosia with some of the actual flowers on top. And family, when I say this smells exquisite, I mean this is beautiful. So now y'all know I can't eat, so I gotta keep the flowers out my mix, because they be trying to get in. Let's see, Anubis asked a question. Let's see. Have you ever heard of or even tried the food grade Dichotomous earth parasite and detox clinic? No, I haven't. I heard about the dichotomous earth, and I was thinking about it at one point in time, but I have never done it. Have you had experience with it? Because I heard it's very effective. That dichotomous earth is no joke, and it be killing. I heard it kills parasites, right? So I'm gonna give it have been on it for the past 5 days. How you feel? No, that's how I know you sleep. How you feeling? So, until you respond, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call it Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute the Creator by whatever name you choose to call it Creator. We call that first source, that great power. We call that one, that first ancestor, and we say, Ashe. He said, great, lots of renewed energy and clear skin. All right, so hey, can you post up a link on the page? Because I might. I'm going to finish this one. I'm going to finish this one first, but then I'm gonna do the dichotomous earth, because one of the reasons I kind of avoided it was because my kids explore, and I'm understanding that dichotomous earth can be kind of dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Especially, my kids like to dig through stuff. So, they talk about I needed plastic gloves and stuff like that, and I'm like, yo, I bought mine on Amazon from the Harris Company, but you can also get it from Walmart. Yeah, but I don't know if it's food grade at Walmart. Here in Columbus, Raisin Rack had it. I seen it at the Raisin Rack. They got the food grade as well. So we salute the creator. Now we're gonna move to the stars of the show, family. What's the stars of the show? Those ancestors. So we're gonna call on them. No use. Yep. You got to use food grade. Man, got to use that food grade. And so Miss Ruthie, you tried it before too? Cause maybe I'm gonna finish this one. 1 teaspoon per 8 ounces of water per day until you work it up to 1 tablespoon per 8 ounces. Okay. And how long? So we about to call on these ancestors, so we'll catch up with that in a second. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert in Texas. For 2 weeks. I was going to have to wait till after this fast. Lord have mercy. No gloves needed, safe for pets and babies. Just sent my daughter 2 pounds. Okay, cool. So I get some and I could do. You just mix it in the water. Now, do you have to be on a complete fast? Because I'm like I said, I'm trying to get through this one. Do I need to be on a complete fast to do it? Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tapper, John Falar, Montague Pittman, Normal X, Sapet Mile, Rob, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Derek Pullian, the Luxter brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Douglas Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickerson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worlds, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas Alula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frankie Wesley Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. Now to the pretty book. DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gasson, Jay Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tom Irby, Boyd Irby, Jem Gaucher, Georgia Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Chris Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwilyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlyton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staton, Joel Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bet Vaughn, John Dewey and Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Saunders, Jerry C. Saunders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Battles. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. All right, family. From there, we move to the present moment. We salute the now, right? And we know that we are supposed to be activating those reticular formations. We are seeking out Umoja. We need to seek out Umoja. We hunting it down. We looking for it, right? We want to make sure that we recognize that it is in our world. We might not be able to see it because we haven't been looking for it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing we've been programmed to look for is disunity. So right now, family, plug in. Find your unity. Find Umoja. Also, on this day, a demonic principle of truth. You can seek that out. We got color violet. We got mentalism, which is the Hermetic law today. And if you was born on this day and you're a male, it's Kwojo. If you was born on this day, it's female, you Ajwa, right? Ajwa, right? Then I'm from the African Center Cultural Virtue and Value System, used by the Emotional Emancipation Circle. On this day, in Wolof. The virtue of the day is Wolof. In Wolof is Taranga, sense of hospitality. In Akan ethics, we got truth. And in traditional Yoruba, we got patience or suru. All right? So we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. And that's what I was talking about. I'm going to get to that in a second. And, y'all ready? So now we move to our future. Our children, our children's children unto infinity. We are responsible for each and every last one of them. Every decision we make affects them. So family, let's be clear. Let's be purposeful about what we think, say, and do. Control of thought, control of actions. Those are two laws of Mayat when you enter the initiation. Control of thought, control of action. Right? Because they affect. Your thoughts and the things you do affect more than just you. So we lift up our glass and we recognize our responsibility and we toast our children now so that they will have the foresight to toast us in the future. We say Ashe and Ashe. From there, we toast all our relations and we say Ashe. Right here, right now, family, take a moment, a selfish moment, and we lift up our glass for anything there is in your life that you need to happen. Anything that any space that you need the ancestors to work with you in, right? Yeah, if you want to extend that to others, you can, but this is your moment. So we lift up the glass for us in this circle. Ashe. Give you a second. We say Ashe. And now, from there, we move on and we toast the greatest being that ever been born on this planet. Most powerful being in the room right now is you. We lift up the glass to you. We salute each and every last one of you. Salute you for taking the time. Salute you for making the effort to toast your ancestors every day. Wow, I mean, we got a regular audience coming every day, right? So we lift up the glass and we say Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. And let me go on and just hot damn. This listen. Yeah. I can't wait to do a full batch of this. These flowers. I'm gonna go through the health benefits of these flowers again. Hold on. All right. Miss Ruthie Willis says no gloves needed, safe for pets and babies. Just sent my daughter 2 pounds. Anubis says right, and you cannot. This is about the dichotomous earth. Right, and you cannot use any probiotics within and water of taking it. And yes, you should consume any. You should consume any grains, extra sugars, meat, strictly vegetables. If you're not fasting, all right. So no sugars, no meat, strictly vegetables. Within an hour, I guess I have to take it. Also kill any pests, roaches, ants, fleas, bed bugs. No fast needed, but better with fast. The dust is very fine, don't breathe in. And that's what I was concerned about. That shit right there. My kids would be, when I'm not looking, just bring that shit in. I'm like, come on now. So I got to find a place to hide it. I had a small tapeworm that I was not aware of. But now it makes so much sense why I was moving unusually sluggish on my last hiking trip. Wow. So it got in there and got it out. Uh-oh. Brother Kwame is on the line. What's up, Kwame?
Yo, bro. Now, what's this dichotomous earth stuff? I came in, I was catching bits and pieces of it, but it was a bit, down So.
All right.
Yeah.
So the dichotomous earth, what I'll do is I'll do some research on it and we'll talk about it tomorrow. But the dichotomous earth is like a soil from up under is a soil up under the ocean or something like that, up under the sea. And it's
that's some richly nutrient
right,
or
but
nutrient rich stuff.
But
man,
the way it's designed, the way it is naturally designed, when you take it into your body, it automatically start killing parasites and everything. Miss Ruth Willis says 2-year-old grandbaby got into it, taken to emergency, no problem. Oh.
Yeah, because I mean, shit, you know, you have some bodies or some parasites in the body that are, what's that word they use that, you know, you help each other out?
Oh, yeah. Symbiotic.
But
you got
symbiotic.
Right now, but we got the double whammy. We got the double whammy, Kwame. You ready for it? We could clear out all of the back. We could clear them all out, and then we could replace them because we got the methods to replace them. We got the probiotics already. Whether we, like yesterday, you got a shot of probiotics when you was eating the salad dressing, and I thank you for trying it. You got your ambrosia that you take on a daily basis, and hopefully we're gonna get you into some fermented foods too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can replace the probiotics after we come off of this, rather than allowing the system, allowing the people to replace them with these sugar bugs. God damn it, you know that's what they put in us. Really, because when you think about it,
right?
If your gut controls the feel good hormone, I mean you need to really think about this. If your gut controls the feel good hormone, like 90% of that's produced in the gut is gonna get what it wants because it's sending neurotransmitters to the brain that's saying, hey, I need this feels good, right? So what we have to do, we have to go and replace those because those microorganisms is messing up our lives. Miss Ruthie Willis says, they said if it wasn't food grade, that would have been a problem. All right. Mr. Navita Nelson says, please give an example of fermented food. Ambrosia. This stuff right here. Sauerkraut. This pickle stuff right here. And like I said, I mean these are simple classes. This is stuff we could do on the show. I mean this is actually this one right here is a little bit fancy. I took some ancient ambrosia and I put it in here. But actually you could do salt and water and do the exact same thing. As long as it's submerged. Below the water. If you look up at the top of there, you don't got no food. As long as you keep it submerged and give it a couple of days, that's fermented food. So you could do cabbage, you could do root vegetables, like I love beets. You could do greens, you know what I'm saying? Vicky, can you give me those beans over there so I can show them? On the table, the little jar of beans. So my wife made some black-eyed peas, and I said, hell, let me see if I can ferment some beans. So I took some.
Man, hey, bro.
What's up?
You know they were coming over for dinner yesterday. I'm coming over for dinner. Just tell her I'll bring the cornbread. How about that?
so I took some of that. I took some of that salad dressing, and I fermented some beans with it because that's basically that ambrosia. All you got to do is keep it submerged. And we don't have to, I mean, because the pickles and realize this, the pickles at the store, all that so-called fermented food at the stores, you got to look at it because if it say pasteurized, they done killed all of the stuff in there. So what we need to start being able to do is to start bringing the life back into our food. And this was the original way that we used to preserve food, by fermenting, right? It's mastering the death process, the rotting process, slowing it down, and delaying it and getting the best qualities out of it, right? Miss Ruthie Willis talk about the dichotomous earth. Yes. sauerkraut is definitely a ferment. The other type is used in pools. Shock, not natural, chemical use, good supplier. That's she talking about dichotomous earth. The Harris Company is a very high quality one, at least for me. Does it stink?
You ever heard of that, man?
Yeah.
Fermented black eyed peas, cowboy caviar. He said, "Is that what that is? Is that what it's called, cowboy caviar?" We about to find out. 'Cause I'm about to be a rich man after I come off this fast, boy.
Look, bro, I just asked my wife about it, and if she knew anything about it. She said, "Yeah, that's what I was using to get rid of fleas."
Oh, the dichotomous earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The way it's something about the crystals, the way they design. Those little bugs can't get by them. Bed bugs, roaches. I mean, it kills them all. You just can't be inhaling that. You can't inhale large amounts. So when you make it and you got to cover up your face, but yet you could take it inside your body with a liquid, and it would go in and it would start helping clean you out. So the next fast I'm gonna do one with dichotomous earth, but I'm gonna do it a little while after I get off this fast here. See, because I was thinking I would have did it before, but I was kind of looking for other people who had done it, because I had ran into somebody who had done it before, but they kind of extreme. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like, the dude that's doing a 21-day fast talking about somebody extreme. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I'm afraid she's more extreme than you.
But they like, man, you ought to try some dichotomous earth. And I look at them, because they be on that other stuff. You know who it is. I'll talk to you about it later. But I'll be like, man, I ain't doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you be trying to turn me into a goddamn Moor or something. So I'll be like, all right. But when Brother Anubis came on here and Sister Ruthie Willis came on here and said, hey, and Miss Ruthie Willis says, she said, no crystals, exoskeleton of bugs. So whatever it, in some form or fashion, it has sharp points, then somehow catch these bugs if it messes them up, right? And
in many ways, I make it analogous to remember when I was talking to the kids and they wanted to know how I went blind, and I gave them an analogy. I said, imagine, how you suck on a straw. Now imagine sharp crystals going through that straw, and what would happen to the straw? And some of them rightfully said it would start to cut the straw up. So that's the idea, So when those capillaries in your eyes start to bleeding,
right?
That's what's. And so, man, that's that's cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, man. But
you have to catch it.
Hey, we got Miss Ruthie Willis, the goddess through, and Anubis is using it as we speak right now. And he's reporting that he had a tapeworm and he didn't know he had a tapeworm. And
what?
Oh yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised, man. I did last year I did a whole segment. I did a whole 2 weeks on the different parasites that are out here for us to get. That's that. And when they get in, because what happens is they get in and they hijack. They get in and they hijack your the neurotransmitters in the gut, right? Mm-hmm. And then it started to so it started deciding, like a lot of people who had these sugars cravings. When we had, it could be possibility that you have a parasite saying, "Hey man, I want some sugar."
Right.
Hey y'all, right. Everybody shake a little bit, make this nigga go get some sugar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? They know how to do it. Miss Ruthie Willis, and she is, if I'm correct, she's going to be a holistic specialist. It says fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organism called diatoms, or tiny tiny Uncle Toms. The, those little Uncle Toms, they real good for something. Their skeletons are made of natural substance called silica. Right? And the tap words can even make you blind. Yeah. Now don't get me, listen, man, I freaked out last year when I started reading about them damn people. Don't get me freaking out again. Because I'm about to go get me some, I'm going to get me some Decatalyst Earth reels. There we go. A naturopathic doctor. So we have a naturopathic doctor on the line. She just living, and when we want to be diagnosed, we got to go all the way to New Jersey, though. So unless you're gonna take your practice on the road, you know what I'm saying. But hey, you know what I'm saying. I mean, the family growing because she gonna run into somebody that's gonna be closer to us and be like, blah 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 blah, blah boom boom boom, and we got us a naturopathic doctor right here in Columbus, right? As well as being able to go and see the naturopathic doctor that also just happens to be a fermenter in New Jersey. So,
all right, I'm off, but one love.
One love, bro. She said soon, about 3 more years. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna start calling you Dr. Ruthie, Dr. Ruthie Willis, or my fault, Dr. Amatu. How about that? All right, family. That's so good. It made my eye itch. And it feels so good just to be off just water. Good God Almighty. So, our community needs, exactly. So, family, I want to send a shout out to all of y'all. It's 6:30. I got to get up. I got to get out here. Got to go find my son's Social Security card. Got to get my stuff packed. You know what I'm saying? Got to do some work before this plane. Got to do some work on the plane. I got to find a way to pack all this stuff, right? But we going to do it. We shall do it. We can do it. Right? And with that, family, I say peace, power, and joy. Make sure you like and share. And, I need to remind you that you are now rocking with the best. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of December production. And, of course, we just finished the Daily Toast. We don't do nothing but strive to blow up your old paradigms. And I am out. Peace out, YouTube. Peace out, Facebook. Peace out, Spreaker.